If she's losing interest, it's because you're doing something wrong, not because she changed. And the most dangerous part is this: most men are making these mistakes without realizing it. In this video, I'll show you 7 behaviors that instantly kill attraction. And once you see them, you'll understand exactly what's been pushing her away. Mistake number 1. Being outcome dependent. Most men approach women with a hidden agenda. They want a number, they want a date, they want validation, they want reassurance. This attachment to outcome poisons attraction. Why? Because the man who needs a specific outcome is no longer present. He is performing. He's watching her reactions, adjusting his behavior, correcting himself mid-sentence. And women don't fall for performances. They fall for emotional authenticity and emotional stability. The man who is outcome independent enjoys the interaction, whether it succeeds or fails. If she likes him, great. If she doesn't, it doesn't disturb his inner state. That emotional independence is rare, and that's exactly why it creates attraction. Mistake number 2. Seeking her approval. This is one of the most common mistakes and also one of the most destructive. The moment a woman senses that you are seeking her approval, attraction begins to die. Understand this: a woman doesn't ask herself, is he good enough for me? Her subconscious asks, does he believe he's good enough without me? The man who seeks approval is silently communicating fear. Fear of losing her, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. And women are extremely sensitive to emotional states. You don't need to say anything for her to feel it. You might compliment her too much. You might agree with everything she says. You might hesitate before speaking. She feels it immediately. And once she does, she stops seeing you as a potential partner and starts seeing you as someone who needs something from her. Attraction cannot exist where need exists. Mistake number 3. Over-explaining yourself. This mistake seems harmless, but it quietly kills curiosity. When a woman asks a question, most men answer it completely. They give full explanations. They justify themselves. They add context that was never asked for. Why do men do this? Because on a subconscious level, they place themselves below her. And when a man sees a woman as higher value, he feels the need to prove himself. Over-explaining is not communication, it's self-justification. And here's the truth: a man who over-explains is unconsciously asking for permission to exist. In trying to prove himself, he removes the very thing attraction needs. Mystery is not created by silence alone, it's created by restraint. When you explain everything about yourself, there is nothing left for her to discover, and what is fully known cannot be emotionally chased. Attraction thrives on uncertainty. Mistake number 4. Trying to impress instead of express. Over-explaining doesn't stop with words. Once a man feels the need to justify himself, it often turns into something else: the need to impress. Impression-seeking behavior is another silent attraction killer. Talking about achievements, trying to sound interesting, trying to appear impressive. This behavior is rooted in one belief: who I am is not enough. The man who tries to impress is performing value instead of embodying it. A man with real value doesn't try to convince anyone. He expresses himself freely. He can joke, disagree, tease, or stay silent without fear. That emotional freedom communicates confidence far more than any story or accomplishment ever could. Women don't fall for what you've done. They fall for how they feel around you. Mistake number 5. Being too available. Most men think availability is attractive. They believe that replying instantly, always being free, and constantly adjusting their schedule shows interest and reliability. But attraction does not respond to availability. It responds to self-direction. When a man is always available, he communicates that his time has no structure, that nothing else in his life competes for his attention. And subconsciously, this sends a dangerous signal: I am waiting. A man who is waiting is not leading, and a man who is not leading cannot create attraction. Women are drawn to men who have movement in their lives, men who are already engaged in something meaningful, something that exists independently of her. When your availability becomes unlimited, your presence loses weight, not because she dislikes you, but because nothing valuable feels endless. Mistake number 6. Revealing emotional certainty too early. This is where many men think they're doing the right thing. They show consistency, they show reliability, they show interest early. But emotional certainty too early feels like emotional pressure. When a woman senses that she has already been chosen, she no longer needs to invest emotionally. And humans value what they must work to understand, not what is handed to them. A man who reveals too much certainty too early removes tension from the interaction. No tension, no curiosity, no attraction. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means allowing attraction to develop naturally instead of forcing emotional conclusions before they exist. Mistake number 7, losing your principles to keep her. This is the final mistake, and the most revealing. When a woman challenges you, disagrees with you, or pulls away slightly, many men panic. They apologize unnecessarily. They compromise their values. They agree just to keep peace. But here's the truth. The man who abandons his principles to keep a woman communicates weakness, and weakness does not inspire attraction. A high-value man is willing to lose the woman rather than lose himself. Not because he is arrogant, but because his identity is not dependent on her approval. That willingness to walk away is not a tactic, it's a mindset, and women can feel it instantly. Women don't lose interest because you said the wrong thing. They lose interest because they sense a shift in your internal state. Attraction is not created by words, it's created by emotional signals. Your tone, your comfort, your emotional independence. When those signals change, attraction collapses. And once it does, no amount of logic can restore it. These mistakes are not about what you do, they are about who you are being. When you stop chasing outcomes, stop seeking approval, stop performing, and stop abandoning yourself, attraction becomes effortless. Not because you're trying harder, but because you're no longer trying at all. Remember this, women don't fall in love with effort. They fall in love with mystery, presence, and emotional independence. Practice this mindset. Theory without practice is useless. This is the high-value mastery. Comment below which of these mistakes you recognized in yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.